Alright, so this episode is just basically going to be about new signings, a few honourable mentions from last season, and yeah, so I'll start off with a questionable signing, to say the least, in Curtis Main, whose goal scoring record is just awful. I mean, in the 2009-10 season, he made 26 appearances and only scored 3 goals, and that's in League 2, so yeah. The following season, like 10-11 season, he made 16 appearances in the conference and scored none. His league total is 108 appearances and only managing 24 goals, which is awful. I mean, that's like one every 7-8 games, which is shocking. FA Cup, about 1 in 5, well, 10 in 2, but yeah, and overall it's just awful. 3 appearances and 28 goals in all and 28, God, almost made them sound decent, and 28 goals in all competitions, which is awful. So yeah, I'm not too sure about him, but Cookie makes good enough signings, so I'm not too worried. And yeah, I'll move on to someone who does look good. Carl Baker. He was a product of Liverpool's academy. He plays in centre attacking mid. He looks great. He's had a lot of accolades. Well, a couple. Earlier on in his career, when he played for Morecambe, he scored 11 in 48. He's played for England C. Overall appearances is 386 and 88 goals, which is mental for a midfielder or winger, which he can play on, but I think he's definitely stronger as a centre attacking mid. So him and Roberts will be competing for places in the team next season, which will be interesting because they're both getting on a bit now. But no, the only negative from Carl Baker's previous career with other clubs and that is there was a serious breach of club discipline while at Southport in 2006, but there's been nothing since, so I don't know what it was even about. So yeah, looks right now. But he was League 1 Player of the Month November 2014, which is pretty decent. MK Dons Player of the Season on the 2014-15 season, which was when they gained promotion from League 1 to the Championship, and they had Dele Alli, Benik Afobe playing for them, so it beat them to that accolade, which is pretty impressive. And another attacking-minded player, Milan Lalkovic, who's only 23. We got him on a free from Warsaw. According to transfermarket.co.uk, he's got a market value of 213 grand, which is alright. He represented Slovakia at an under 21 level, which is decent. 28 goals, 21 assists in 181 games, which isn't great, but well, he's involved in a goal every 3.5 games-ish, and then pre-assists and that as well. So when you take all that into account, it's fairly decent for a winger, and he's really pacey. So I'm looking forward to our front three. If we get Noel Hunt as well, will be just so quick. Like Lalkovic, Bennett and Hunt, that should be lethal. Like, after seeing Hunt's pace at the Havant game when he came on, he looks quick, like, especially for his age. But no, Lalkovic has obviously dropped down from League 1, which is decent, like, because we're building a squad that'll be able to survive in League 1 now. So Cook's obviously looking ahead, which is good when he's making these signings. So yeah, and now Michael Smith, who we obviously had on loan at the latter part of last season on emergency loan, 93 days. Obviously missed him for the playoffs, which was a shame. But his physicality will help us this season, I reckon. And again, according to transfermarkt.co.uk, he's worth 170 grand, so I don't know what we actually pay because it says undisclosed fee, which is a bit annoying. But his goal scoring record isn't great. It's not as awful as Curtis Main, who's just shocking. But yeah, in League One, in 86 appearances, he scored 23 with 8 assists, which is involved in a goal every 2.6 games, pretty much. And I'm not sure when he goes off the bench and stuff, so they might not even be full 90 minutes. So that's actually not bad at that slightly higher level. And then in League 2, 52 appearances, 17 goals and 2 assists, which similar sort of level, like getting involved in goals every 3.5, 4 games, which is alright. And then at Pompey last season, his goal scoring record wasn't great at the start. Obviously didn't get, well, saying that, he did start quite a few actually, but he only managed 4 goals in 16 appearances, but he got an assist as well. But he held the ball up really well, especially towards the end of his loan deal. I think everything was starting to warm to him. So at the start, he wasn't a fan favourite anyway, and he still divides opinion, obviously. But I reckon he's decent. I reckon he'll do a job for this season, obviously, given different dimension, like physical, like, because we've got Connor Chaplin who just chases down everything. He's just class. And we might be getting Noel Hunt as well, who's got a load of pace to his game. And then Smith with his physicality, like, there's 3 good dimensions to have. Then obviously Curtis Main's like a bit physical, but he's not as physical as Smith, I don't think, and he doesn't have as good a goal scoring record. But I'm not sure how much time we'll get in the team, to be honest. No, saying about Connor Chaplin and his amazing goal scoring record, I'll go through it now. So he scored a goal every 100 minutes in League 2 games, which is pretty impressive. In the FA Cup, he's managed a goal every 86 minutes, which is decent. Goal every 51 minutes in the English Football League Cup, which is mental. To be fair, I only played like 2 games, but well, still a decent enough stat. But his overall goal per minute ratio is 98 minutes per goal, so that's up there. Because at the start of the 2015-16 season, which is finished, he had a minute per goal ratio of about 92-93, which at the time was better than Vardy's, Mahrez and Kane's, so he was smashing it. But since then I think he's had a few more assists, but I don't actually have them on me right now. I'll come back to that at the end, I'll just get them up. Now, obviously there are quite a few attacking options which we've added to the squad. Now I'll go through a couple of the defensive ones, and obviously some of them better than others, because Davies just looks shocking. Like Tom Davies, that is the centre back. He's like, what I've seen from him in games are just a few awful mistakes. Like the pass back leading up to Sligo Rovers' second goal was awful. It looked like a heavy touch, but he seems easy enough to play, like in front of a big crowd, like, because it's a big club at this level, isn't it? So he obviously wants to play for us, and he seems eager, but I don't know if he'll be good enough, but I don't know. Then I'll put, oh actually I've forgotten to mention Danny Rose, who's had a pretty impressive career to be fair. So he's captained England C and Man United reserves. That's mental. I mean, that's just really impressive. Like Man United reserves, obviously, reserve team. He never played a minute for the senior or anything. So, but to captain Man United on any levels, an achievement. And England C, who was it? I think. Yeah, was it Carl Baker? Yeah, it was Carl Baker who played for England C, so them two might know each other. I don't know, they could have been different times or whatever, but yeah. Both pretty decent achievements. And we're obviously getting players of a high calibre for this level, which is always good. I'm just trying to find that goal. There it is. I'm just going to get up Chaplin's assists just to see if that adds on to his direct involvement per minute, so I'll have a look at that as well. And then Terry Williams has looked good in pre-season friendlies, obviously don't mean that much, but the Ox, not the little Ox, but yeah, he's got a goal, he's looked good, man. I'm happy enough with him, to be honest. He just looks class. Sit down, I don't wanna... But yeah, and I'll just go through next week's agenda while I'm trying to get Chaplin's assist records up. So next week I'm basically gonna just do I'll say about the Bournemouth game and all that, and if I've made any more signs I'll go over them, and we still haven't made a goalkeeping signing. I'll have a bit of a rant about that, I think, but yeah, I'm just getting it up. Yeah, this transfer marks thing, .co.uk thing's pretty decent. It's got stats for every player we've got. It's really handy to see how good they are. He's only actually got 2 assists in the league and none in any other competition. He's actually picked up 4 yellow cards. Didn't realise he'd picked up that many. I thought he'd got 2 or 3, but 4. Saying that's not bad over, was it 39 games in the league? But no, his overall minute per goal involvement is just get it up. So just work that out. So he's involved in a goal every 84 minutes. When you've added those 2 assists on. But no, last season he only played 900 minutes in the league for us, which is basically 10 games of starting. Which, considering his record, isn't enough, but Cook's addressed that in previous interviews last season, so I'm sure he'll rectify that mistake. But yeah. and Drew Talbot. Yep, just about pronounced that right. Obvious joined us from Chesterfield for 3, I think. Yeah. He's made 137 appearances in League One, which shows that he's ready for a higher level, which is good. I mean, I'm sure we'll miss Davies a lot, but he looks good. Not sure if he will be as good getting forward, because Davies obviously was able to put a good cross in, but no, it's not too bad. So, in 371 appearances in all competitions, he's had 28 assists and 27 goals. So, I'll just get up his goal per minute ratios and all that. Every 1,030 minutes, he's scored. I'll just get the actual thing up. Yeah, he's directly involved in a goal every 505 minutes, which isn't bad for a right back. But he's obviously not the most attacking minded, but gets forward a bit. So I reckon we'll only see one fullback pushing up at any point in the game. Whereas last season we did see both pushing up at the same time sometimes. But I reckon they'll give us a bit of stability at the back with that. But no, I reckon that's about it for this opening episode of this podcast, video, whatever you want to call it. But no, next week I'll run through my Premier League predictions, like who's going to finish where. I'll go over who I reckon's going to be good signings, like across all leagues. I'll cover League 2 quite a bit, just say if anyone's made any like amazing signings. Obviously Grimsby have with Ben Davies, but yeah, I think that's about it. Right then, see you next Friday. I'll put the next one up actually, yeah.